Finally, it happened. The ZOONOMALY game was released. Hello, dear friends. Today we begin to immerse ourselves in the world of this interesting and mysterious game. You can subscribe to the channel, like it, and write a comment about your opinion about this game. In this world, fantastic creatures, mysterious locations, and unpredictable events form the basis for endless adventures. But what is behind this world? What secrets does ZOONOMALY hide? In ZOONOMALY, players act as researchers whose task is to identify the causes of anomalies occurring in ecosystems of various locations. The game introduces the idea of fluctuations in ecosystems that lead to the emergence of new species, changes in animal behavior, and even an unusual climate. However, there is something more behind these fluctuations: the possible interference of alien civilizations, strange experiments, and even unauthorized scientific research. Theory of the origin of anomalies. 1. Alien technologies and anomalies. The initial factor of the alien intervention is the use of high technology to create anomalies. These anomalies are artificial zones where the natural laws of nature are violated. For example, in some of these zones, there may be genetic changes. Aliens use genetic modification technologies to create new species. This can lead to creatures with unique abilities that are not found on Earth. Effects of time and space. Some anomalies can change the perception of time or even move living organisms, creating a situation where creatures find themselves in completely different conditions. Second, intervention in ecosystems. Aliens can introduce new species of organisms to study or control the ecosystem. This approach is accompanied by a number of consequences. Ecosystem balance. New species introduced by aliens can lead to the destruction of the local balance. Some species can dominate, threatening local creatures. Symbiotic relationships, but interference can also lead to the formation of symbiotic relationships between local and alien organisms. This can make the ecosystem more stable, but the emergence of such relationships depends on the success of the integration of species. 3. Mutating organisms. When studying the effect of alien interference, attention should also be paid to the possibility of mutations. Alien organisms may have properties that lead to instantaneous changes in the structure of local species, including cross-species mutations. Mutations may occur in some local organisms, as a result of which they begin to combine the characteristics of different species. This can manifest itself as a change in appearance, as well as in behavioral modifications. Evolutionary leaps. Unexpected mutations can lead to a dramatic leap in the evolution of native species, making them more adapted to the alien ecosystem. 4. The ethics of alien intervention. Alien interference raises many ethical questions. Players will be faced with a moral choice: to interfere in the life of the ecosystem by helping local species, or to allow aliens to continue their experiments. Options may include protecting native species. Players can choose to protect local flora and fauna from alien threats and try to preserve their natural habitat. Cooperation with aliens. Players can choose the path of cooperation by helping the aliens in their research, which will open up new opportunities and resources. 5. Conflicts and consequences. Interaction with alien interference will not always be smooth. Conflicts can arise between different groups of players, as well as between players and aliens. Conflict possibilities may include protection of territory. Native species may begin to aggressively defend their lands from alien invaders, which will lead to an escalation of violence. Alien attacks. In response to resistance, aliens can begin a more aggressive expansion, creating critical moments for the survival of the ecosystem. Scientific experiments. Another possibility is that the anomalies are the result of human activity. In the world of ZOONOMALY, there is probably a group of scientists or research organizations conducting dangerous experiments in the field of genetics and ecology. Such experiments could lead to animals and plants behaving strangely or even mutating, creating new species that did not exist before. There is also a theory that anomalies are the result of mixing parallel realities. Traveling between worlds became commonplace for some creatures, and they began to mix genetic information. This may explain the appearance of such diverse and unusual creatures that players encounter in the game. Ecosystems and interactions. An important part of the game is the interaction between created anomalies and familiar ecosystems. Players must develop strategies that not only allow them to cope with anomalies, but also maintain balance in the ecosystem. For example, if a new creature begins to actively reproduce, it can threaten other species. Players need to find the most optimal solutions to bring harmony back to nature. In Zoonomaly, an important role is played by the ecosystem, which is constantly changing in response to interventions. These changes can occur as a result of the actions of the players or by themselves. For example, some anomalies may cause an increase in the number of certain species, while others may threaten extinction. Mutations and adaptations. Each anomaly can lead to mutations that occur in both animals and plants. Players may encounter new, unexpected inhabitants who have increased stamina, unique abilities, or even extreme behaviors. For example, animals can adapt to adverse conditions by developing new ways of hunting or protection. Mutations can also relate to flora. Plants can develop protective mechanisms against certain animal species, or conversely, attract them with the help of poisonous or colorful routines. Thus, players will need to use a strategy to interact with this volatile ecosystem. Basic game mechanics, research and information collection. Players must collect data on every creature and plant they encounter by keeping detailed records in their journals. The study requires a deep understanding of the interrelationships in the ecosystem. Which animals are predators, which plants serve as shelter, and which anomalies can affect the behavior of creatures. Strategic cooperation. To successfully move forward, players need to interact with the ecosystem strategically. This may include intimidation or conversely friendly interaction with abnormal creatures. Players can use elements of the environment to create traps or attract certain species. Every action can affect the ecosystem, both positively and negatively. Selection of unique abilities. Each creature that the player interacts with can provide him with unique abilities. For example, if the player rescues an abnormal creature, he can acquire its abilities, such as fast movement or the ability to temporarily slow down time. These abilities help not only in battles, but also in solving puzzles that come along the way. The world of Zoonomaly is full of mysteries and possible interpretations, and research and interactions with unique anomalous creatures reveal the diversity and complexity of the ecosystem. Players will be able to immerse themselves in an exciting journey, where every step can be both a discovery and a risk. Understanding the role of anomalies and their impact on the world is not only part of the gameplay, but also part of the overall philosophy of the game. Explore, learn, and adapt to the unknown. Thanks for watching, dear friends. I will ask you to like and write in the comments which of the theories you liked the most. A new video will be released very soon, so see you later.